So ladies, welcome back to this class, and I have just excused myself from a very serious meeting to also attend to serious students like yourself. Okay, so in case you've not finished the assignment, you let me know, and I will only forgive those people who are here to submit that assignment. That is, if you've not submitted. Okay. So I want to take you through. What we talked about sometimes back, very fast. Some of you are still asking me classic wapi. Did you receive the link, Melissa? Melissa?
Yes.
Did you receive the notification? For the class, the link I sent on Zoom.
I don't know.
Okay, how did you join class?
Oh, media ka meeting ID.
Okay. Ati uliweka nini?
Meeting ID.
Yeah, so can someone help those students how you join class, because I'm asked a question that I cannot respond to at this time. So I don't have much time, so without much ado, please allow me to share a document which I'm going to go through very fast so that we can do something with the little time that we have. Okay, so we talked about passé récent, so I want to take you through that very fast. So passé récent, we say it's a tense we use to express events or actions which have just taken place a few minutes ago. Okay, so we say it is one of the several ways of expressing the past in French. So let me share the screen. I believe you need to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So allow me to stop the webcam. That of the stop the screen. Stop that too. Good. Now I share the screen. So I believe you can see the screen, right? Can you see the screen? Someone to confirm?
Yes.
So passé, raison, recent past, it's one of the several ways of expressing yourself in the past. But what I want to remind you of very fast is that we use recent past to express events which has just taken place. So without much ado, I'm going to open a Word document. Here I'm going to explain myself briefly, then we just move to something else. So I'm talking about passé, récent. I'm going to increase the font, don't worry. Passé récent. Passé récent, ça c'est 20. 20, ça va. I believe you can see that. That font is okay, right? So passé raison, we say that it is a tense we use to express events or actions which have just taken place. I just did this. She just did that. Okay. So what we do, passé raison, the most important thing is the formation. Okay. Formation of the same. Formation. Oops. Formation, so it is venir, okay? Venir, the verb venir, that verb is conjugated in the present, okay? So we say au présent, okay? Plus, I gave you that work, remember? Plus de, preposition de, plus infinitive. Infinitive. That's what we say. So, for example, conjugating that verb venir, we say, je viens, tu viens, okay? Il, stroke, elle vient, nous venons, vous venez, il, stroke elle, viennent. So anytime you have a verb you want to express yourself with, so you have that, the verb venir conjugated in the present simple tense, of course, okay? In the present simple tense, that's the conjugation of the verb venir. So then we have got the preposition what? De. So we say de. Then je viens de. So the verb that comes after that preposition must be in the infinitive form. So for example, je viens de manger. Je viens de manger. You are done. Je viens de manger. The verb venir plus de plus infinitive. So je viens de manger. Tu viens de manger. Il vient de manger. Elle vient de manger. Nous venons de manger. Vous venez de manger. Ils, elles viennent de manger. I just ate something. So maybe you're inviting me for a lunch or something to eat. Then I find myself full. So I can just say that je viens de manger. Okay? Maybe I just ate, but now eating or someone is inviting you for lunch, say, ah, merci, merci beaucoup. Je viens de manger. Okay? We say, for example, okay? we say, for example, le touriste vient, le touriste vient. Le touriste is masculine, third person, of course, singular here. So we conjugate it there. So le touriste vient de partir. The tourist just left a few minutes ago. Le touriste vient de, le touriste vient de partir. Any question? You can chat, you can unmute yourself, you can ask a question. So, le touriste vient de partir. Les étudiants viennent, third person, plural. Les étudiants viennent d'arriver. When the verb that comes after the preposition de is beginning with a vowel or silent H, then it is just normal, as usual, to use what? The apostrophe, d'arriver. The students just arrived. The students just arrived. Le cours de français, la leçon, oui, la leçon de français, French lesson, la leçon de français vient de commencer. The French lesson just began. Any question? Swali? Okay, when the students keep quiet, I always ask a question. So, who? Snyder, unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, what have I said? What have you heard?
You were clarifying on passé, récent.
Yeah, so what have I clarified?
You said now when we are using the verb venir, then you've conjugated it and then you've constructed sentences there. So it's the conjugated form of venir plus do, and then if it's manger or.
So can you construct a sentence using the verb, expressing yourself in the recent past?
Je viens de voyager.
Je viens de voyager. Okay, Christine Becerra, unmute yourself. Merci. What have you learned?
I've learned that in passé récent, formation, let's say like venir. Let me make a sentence.
Make a sentence.
Yes, like I can say, je viens du monde.
Je viens de?
Du monde.
How do you form a passé récent? I will come back to you. Mburu Wanjiku, I believe you are in class. Wanjiku Mburu. Wanjiku Mburu
Okay.
Wafula.
I've understood that if the given word starts with a vowel, you have
What
to
you just said, the given word, the given
word. If it begins with a vowel, you add the apostrophe.
you use the apostrophe and it is not a word. If the verb begin with a vowel or silent H, the verb that you're supposed to remember, I said passé récent, the verb in the infinitive form is the verb expressing the action. The verb venir is just helping us to change the tense. Okay, the action, for example, is eating. When did it take place? Living, when did it take place? Starting, when did it take place? Recent, past. Merci. Njuguna? Njuguna Wangari? Yes, what have you learned?
On.
Aki, you know you are in Zitek and I'm in Kisumu, so it is, I can't hear what you are saying.
On the imperfect something.
I can't hear you. You are not using the earphones, right?
Yes, I'm not using the earphones.
Okay, so Wangare, that is, but you need to get a earphone. It will even make work easier for you. Nani hajaongea hapa? Melissa? Melissa, unmute yourself kindly. Melissa Mawia. Melissa Mawia. Can you hear me? Seems she's not here. She has logged in the class, but maybe in the kitchen. Okay. Just a minute. I've seen a chat here. Let me respond. Yeah, seen. I've seen that, Melissa. Yeah, so when the verb begins with well, you use what? The apostrophe. Je viens d'arriver, je viens d'admirer, je viens d'étudier, I just studied. Je viens d'abandonner, you see, je viens d'utiliser, je viens de, you know, anytime the verb begin with a vowel or silent H, then ladies and gentlemen, we use. So, kindly confirm now that you are conversant with passé récent. All of you to confirm that now you don't have any problem with passé récent. Through chat, you chat public chat, Christine Bisera, Mburu Wanjiku, Melissa, Njuguna Wangare, Snyder Anyoso. Kindly confirm on the chat that now I can progress to, I can move to something else. If not, you ask the question for clarification. Don't assume. The rest, I'm waiting. 3. Anyoso Snyder. Wangare? Okay, so we can move on. I'm moving to something else kindly. I'm moving to something else. So I think that is clear. Next, I want to talk about l'imperative. L'imperative, I think I did explain myself very well. Remember the imperative tense, where I said that imperative tense is a tense we use to give order. Imperative tense is a tense we use to warn. Imperative tense is a tense used to advise. So in that case, remember, you cannot advise yourself, you cannot warn yourself, you cannot order yourself. You cannot order third person, that is il and el, singular and plural form. Therefore, imperative tense, ladies, is a tense we used always in the present, and it only involves how many persons? 3 persons. We use imperative tense with 3 persons. That is tu, the person you are addressing, vous, the plural form, and of course, we talk about nous. So imperative tense, remember, is a tense we always use in the present. That is one thing. Another point you need to take home, imperative tense is a tense we always use with 3 persons. That is the tu, the person you are addressing, you familiar, vous, second person singular or plural, depending on the person you are addressing, of course, then nous. So as I've said, note, you cannot advise yourself. You cannot order yourself. Okay? So imperative tense you can never use with il and el and their plural form. I cannot say, for example, I'm saying, Mary, Mary come. If at all I say Mary come, that means I'm talking to you directly. So in that case, I will say, come. Mary come, come. Another point you need to take home, ladies, again, is this, that imperative tense is a tense without what? Without the subject. Imperative tense is a tense without the subject. Please know the tenses. Know the tenses. I've said imperative tense is a tense without what? The subject. It involves how many persons? 3. Tu, vous, and nous. Now, how does various verbs form the imperative tense? Now, we have got the first group verbs. First group verbs are verbs ending in er. Now, we were told, or I'm reminding you, the fact that with tu, normally, we say, for example, tu parles. Remember, it is in the present. We say tu parles. The ending of first group verbs, er verbs, the second person tu, we normally add the es. But you remember this, that with the imperative tense, the second person you drop the letter s. So meaning in the imperative tense, we can boldly say that the first person je and tu has the same ending. Just like the way we conjugate the verb with je, we say je parle without s. So the second person tu, we say tu parles with es. So if, for example, you are given a statement like this, you are given a phrase like this, So allow me, we say now l'impératif. L'impératif. Okay, that's what we're talking about now. So we say that the imperative tense, a tense we use always in the present. So for example, you have a statement like this. Tu parles français. Tu parles français. Put that in the imperative tense. Anyone hands up? Do you know where to see, to go to more? Raise your hand if you can answer that question kindly. Tu parles français. The imperative of tu parles français. Anyone? Evelyn Wanjiku, I've seen your hand. Can you answer that question? Christine Bissera, I've seen your answer. Evelyn? So make sure you put the exclamation mark. Make sure you put the exclamation mark, and I did explain why do you put exclamation mark. It means it is you are talking authoritatively. That one does not mean when you order someone to do something, does not mean that you are rude. You are just using an authoritative word. Voice. Come. Let's go. Eat. Take your medicine. Not you take your medicine. Imperative tense is not a tense ya kubembeleza mutu. I hope you are getting me. Okay, it's a commanding language, okay? It is a commanding language. It is authoritative language. So l'imperative, so this tense here, this here, the statement here is not imperative. So l'imperative, we say, l'imperative in this case, we will say, parle français, okay? Parle français. Okay, with the exclamation mark. Parle français. Remember what I've said, ladies, that imperative tense is a tense that does not have the subject. So you don't say tu parles français. So we say parle français. I want to change this to the correct. Parle français, speak French. Okay? Parle français. So any ER verb, that is what happens. So back to the document. If you allow me, we say how to conjugate the imperative of tu. We conjugate, allow me to, so we conjugate the imperative in the second person singular using the present tense form of the first person singular. We do not include what? The pronoun. I talked about that. Now, this means the regular verbs, that is the ER verbs, end with E, not ES, with the second person tu. Remember, normally, when you conjugate the verb ER verbs, the second person, we say tu parles with ES at the end, not the imperative tense of the same. You exclude letter S, while all other verbs ends with S for irregular present tense forms, okay? So this one only applies to the, so you see like this one, we say tu finis, okay? Tu finis, just a quick one. Tu finis avec moi. You're finishing with me, okay? Avec moi. The imperative tense is the same. So the only thing you drop there is what? For the rest of the verbs, the only thing you drop is what? For the second person is the pronoun. Remember, imperative tense is a tense without what? Without the subject. So we say, finis avec moi. Finish with me. Finish with me. Okay? Finis avec moi. With the exclamation mark. Okay? With exclamation mark. So finis avec moi. As simple as that. I hope that is understood. parle français. Merci. Parle français. Je parle français. Tu parles français. Tu parles français. Ok. D'accord. Donc, ça va. Vous avez des questions? Ou bien je peux continuer? Est-ce qu'il y a une question? Ça va? Pas de questions. Pas de questions. D'accord. Donc, so you can see vendre. So we say vend because that's how you conjugate. Tu vends, je vends, tu vends. So we say vend. Sell. You are selling, sell. You are taking, take. You are descending, descend. Okay? Good. So the first person plural nous, the imperative form of the first person plural form of nous is the same as the present tense. So here, there's no much difference. The only thing you drop is the subject pronoun or the noun. Second person plural, vous, the same. Always include the exclamation mark to show that it's authoritative. Now, what I wanted to remind you is how the pronominal verbs form their imperative tense. So, tu te lèves, so we say lève-toi. Lève-toi, not te lève. Lève-toi, lève-nous. Okay? Very important. Then, I want to remind you of this. Please note the irregular verbs, how they form their imperative. I've said and I repeat. I've said and I repeat. Note how the verb avoir, the verb être, the verb savoir, the verb vouloir form their imperative tense. Any question? Any question? Fine. Silence means everything is fine. Now, ladies, I want to talk about l'imparfait. Who is willing to read? Hands up. L'imparfait. I'm on a totally different topic that calls for your 150% concentration. Who wants to read? Evelyn Wanjiku, read. Unmute yourself and read kindly.
Imperative.
Tunakusikiza kwa umbali kabisa.
Okay, imperative. The imperative. Oh, okay. The imperative cannot be heard now.
Yes, I've increased the volume from my end. Go ahead.
The imperfect that is imperative expresses or describes.
You are breaking. Evelyn Wanjiku, you are breaking. Can I give you support?
Continued repeat action situations or describe what was going on in the
Evelyn, you are breaking. Thank you. You are breaking, huh? Can you hear me?
To happen when it implies used to.
Okay. Thank you. Snyder? Snyder?
Yes.
Read.
The imperfect expresses or describes continued, repeated, habitual actions or incomplete actions, situations, or events in the past. The imperfect describes what was going on at an indefinite time in the past or what used to happen. The imperfect can be translated by would when it implies used to. The imperfect is a simple tense that does not require a helping verb. The imperfect is formed by dropping the ONS ending from the present tense nu form of the verb and adding the following ending.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Leave it at that point. I want to make myself clear. Ladies, you have to remember how we conjugated the verb in the present simple tense. Once you know that, remember we have been told that imperfect tense, what we call past continuous tense, it is used to describe continued, repeated, habitual actions, things which are done out of habit. Incomplete actions, incomplete. So remember, we have talked about passé récent, which talks about what? The past. Imperfect now, which talking about what? The past. Passé composé talking about what? The past. So know the differences between how are they formed. How do you form passé composé? How do you form passé récent? And again now, how do you form l'imparfait? L'imparfait is what translates to the past continuous tense. Now, past continuous tense, when I was going to the market, I met, we have two tenses there. I met is passé composé, I was going. You see, that action took some time. When I was in ZTech, I used to speak French. You get that statement? I used to speak French with Mr. Dixon. When I was in ZTech, I used to have a lot of time to study. Now that I am at home, I have to help mom do A, B, C, D. You see that? When I was in primary, I used to do A, B, C, D. When I was in high school, I used to visit my friends when I have time. Before Corona, I used to have time with my friends. I used to, a bit. I used to. I hope you are getting me, eh? And the most important thing is the formation. How do you form the past continuous tense, ladies? It is simple. Just know how to conjugate any verb in the first person singular. Tuko pamoja? In the first person plural with what? With nu. Now, once you conjugate the verb with nu, you drop what? The ons. Whatever remains, you add the following endings. You know, Monsieur always do things kienyeji. So the kienyeji is this one. You add ais to je, ais to tu, ait to il, ions to nous, ies to vous, then aient. Is that difficult to remember? Ais, ais. So the first person and the second person are the same. Ait, ions, ies, aient. Snyder, can you repeat what I've said? Those endings, what do you add? Snyder.
You add ais, ais, then ait.
Ait,
Ions, yes, aient.
Simple. Ais, ait, ions, yes, aient. So again, we are on. I think I'm trying to make this thing very simple for you. So remember, it is formed from what? The The first person plural, no, in the present. So you conjugate the verb in the present. So, l'imparfait, l'imparfait. Okay, l'imparfait. What do you do with the l'imparfait? How do you form l'imparfait? Simple. So, l'imparfait, imperfect tense, imperfect, incomplete. I am imperfect. I am not perfect. Okay? So, remember, we conjugate the verb. Conjugate. Why should I even write that? You've written. You conjugate the verb in the new form, with new in the present. So, for example, take the verb parler. Parler, okay? So the verb parler with nous, we say, nous parlons. I hope you are following, eh? Nous parlons. So that's the verb. So what I'm going to remove is the ONS. So that one, allow me to use that color. So that is to form what? Let me call it the stem. So I'm remaining with what? That. To that, to this, I add what? I add what? Je? How do you read that? Anyone? How do you read that? Hello?
Parler.
Je parlais beaucoup. I used to talk a lot. I used to talk a lot. I used to talk a lot. Je parlais, or tu m'appelais quand je parlais avec ma mère. You called me when I was talking to my mom, meaning that phone call came, I was in the process of doing something. Okay? Tu, the stem, the same. Sawa sawa. You add what? Ais. This thing is very simple, Cynthia. Tu parlais avec moi. You are talking to me. Pourquoi tu parlais avec moi comme ça? Why were you talking to me like that? Hein? Qu'est-ce que je t'ai fait? What did I do wrong? Ah, excusez-moi, monsieur, je parlais avec un client. Excuse me, sir. I was talking to the client. Je parlais avec ma fille, Gabriela. I was talking to my daughter, Gabriela. Okay? Elle parlait. Elle parlait avec moi avant. She used to talk to me. Il parlait avec moi. He used to talk to me. But nowadays, je ne sais pas. I don't know. Nous parlions. Nous parlions. Nous parlions. We used to talk. Nous parlions beaucoup avec les étudiants de DHM. We used to talk a lot with the students of DHM. De nos jours, ils ont beaucoup changé. Nowadays, they have changed a lot. Je ne sais pas qu'est-ce qui se passe avec eux. I don't know what's happening with them. Je me pose la même question. I'm asking myself the same question. Merci. Vous parliez. Then, oh, pardon, j'écrivais le chinois. Ça doit être parlier. I wrote Chinese. Oui. Then finally, we say il. I'm waiting. How do you read that? Who is speaking? Who is speaking? Hello? Okay, who was speaking? That was Christine Becerra. So we say il, elle. il, elle, par. This is what you're supposed to say. Ayant. So this one here is read the same as the first three. You see what I've done? The verb is pronounced what? The same. So we say parler. The pronunciation of any verb, whether first group, second group, third group, the verb only changes in the nous and what? And vous. We say parlions, parliez. The rest, parler. Je parlais, tu parlais, il parlait, elle parlait. So nous parlions, vous parliez, then il, elle parlait, not parlient. Okay? Yes, so that is that. Now, understood? Back to the document. So, the imperfect of regular verbs, that one I've explained. I'm not going there. Read the document, understand. Now, second group verbs, second group. The verb finir. So we say finir, to finish. So, you drop what? You conjugate this verb in the nous form. So we say nous finissons. You see that? Nous finissons. Because remember, how do you conjugate the first group verb, the second group verbs in the present? You do what? You drop the IR, which is the ending. Then you add IS, IIT, sorry, IS, IT, ISSONS in the new form, and that's where I am. So what do? I drop what? I drop the ONS. So we say, je finis, finissez. Tu finissez. Il, elle finissait. Non. Aït. Vous. Non. Nous finissions. Vous finissiez. Then finally, il, elle finissait. As simple as that. I believe you're understanding what I'm doing. I'm done there. So the third group verbs, also you need to remember how they're conjugated in the present form of the nous. So you see, here are two examples. Pendant mon enfance, during my childhood, je lisais, the verb lire, to read. Je lisais beaucoup. So during my childhood, I read. So I used to read. I will read a lot. I will read, or I used to read a lot. Je regardais, the verb regarder. Je regardais la télé. I'm reading this statement. Je regardais la télé quand le téléphone a sonné. I was watching television when the phone rang. Okay, when the phone rang. So meaning I didn't hear. So someone is telling himself or herself, why didn't you pick the call? Okay. So I can say, you can say that. Excuse me, can you mute yourself? We don't want to hear it. Unachai simu. Merci. Okay. Verbs such as étudier, to study, rire, to laugh, sourire, to smile, and vérifier, to verify or to check. Vérifier means to verify or to check. Already ends in ions. Huh? Already ends in what? Ions in the present. So in the present, in the perfect, an extra E is necessary in the nous and vous. Please note that in the nous and vous, you add an extra what? An extra E, because they already ends with the because you know normally you're supposed to add you are supposed to add ais, ait, ions. So in the nous form, remember as you add the ions, you are supposed, the E must be double now in the nous and vous form. I believe I'm clear on that. So, nous étudions pendant des heures. We were studying for hours. Wow. Vous riez trop. You are laughing too much. You are laughing a lot. The following verbs have spelling changes in the perfect. Please, who remember these verbs? The verb I'm talking about here. Who can remember these verbs? What I've highlighted? Hands up. The verb ending in CER and GER. Do you remember what happened when we used to use them in, I was explaining the conjugation in the new form and the VU form in the present? We said, when you have a verb which has got letter C before the ER, what happens? What happens to them? When you have a verb that ends in CER and GER, remember the C takes a D when followed by letter A or letter O or letter U. GER return letter E to form or to create a smooth sound of letter G. So let me explain myself very fast parce que on n'a pas beaucoup de temps. So verbs ending in C, CER, okay? And CER and GER. So let me start with CER. CER, so we are told what happens when you have that. Remember, we are adding ais, ait, ions, ies, ient. So take the verb manger, okay? The verb manger. What happens? You conjugate this verb in the new form, we say nous mangeons. Tuko pamoja? Nous mangeons. So basically, let me start with, okay, either can do. Nous mangeons. So we are supposed to drop what? The O-N-S, okay? So I will say, je mangeais. Okay? Tu manges ais. Again, same. Il stroke elle mange, manger. Manger avec T. Okay? Now, nous, I have a question. Who can ask the question before I ask? Who knows the question I want to ask? Hands up.
Me.
You know what I want to ask?
Yes.
Ask if you are thinking like Monsieur. Ask.
You want to ask?
That is who? That is beside, that's Snyder.
Yes. Like in the new form, they return the E before adding the ending. To form a smooth sound G.
Sorry, come up again. Sorry, I didn't get you.
Like in the verb ending in GER, they retain letter E after letter G before the ONS to create a smooth G sound.
Yeah, somehow. Any other person who knows what I wanted to ask? That is a fair trial. Any other person, the rest? Do you know what I want to ask? Now, look at Snyder.
Yes.
Snyder, can you mute yourself? Huh?
I'm not the one.
Who is that?
Christine.
Christine Bisara, can you mute yourself? We don't want to hear your lamentations. Now, you see what I've highlighted? Who can understand why they have dropped the letter E before you see, when letter A, letter G follow letter R, the sound is Ga. So in the first three and the last one, that is why we add letter E before we add the ending to form what? Sorry. We add letter E before letter G to form that smooth G sound. Same to the last person, we also add that E. But why not in the nu and vu? The reason we have dropped it is because letter I is the G already. So the only time letter G has got the ga sound, ga and go. Letter A and letter O, when letter A and letter O comes directly, follows directly letter G, then the sound is ga and go. That is why we are innovative enough to come up with ways to make that sound smooth. So please take note of these verbs. You can see the nu and vu. So you don't say this. You don't say, never say, don't say, and never say. I hope I'm clear. Never say this. You see that? You can see what I've written. This one is wrong. This one is not acceptable. You can see I'm using the system I'm using is in French, so you can see it is telling me to correct it. That one only happens in the present tense. That's how we conjugated that verb in the present tense. So remember, we were dropping the ONS. And normally, this verb, we only add the E before letter O in the present tense to create a smooth sound of letter G. And why are we adding the same here? We are adding the same here because this is letter R. So if letter R was to come directly, let me just do that. If letter R was to come directly to that, okay? If we were to just add that, so that is read as monge, je monge. So to have the smooth sound, that's why we added what? The letter E. Letter E. I hope Monsieur is clear. Understood? Sawa sawa. CER. Now, CER, again, we conjugate this to the new form. So we say nous commençons. Commencer, so commençons. That is wrong, I know. So I'm going to correct it. Nous commençons. So I drop again there, that. Okay? So I say, je commençais. Je commençais, je dois changer la langue, ça sera facile pour moi pour trouver. Okay. Commencer, Aïs. Commencer. Tu. Commencer. Il. Stroke elle. Commencer. Avec T. Then we have nous commencions. I have a question. Who can ask my question? Who can ask my question? Who can ask my question?
Your question is?
Yes, Snyder.
Why haven't you used the sedil? See with something on the new and in the new and woof.
Very well, thank you. That is exactly what I wanted to ask. Anyone with an answer on that? Who can answer that question? Any idea?
Well, I think the reason as why we put the sedil because we want to get a smooth sound in the new form. We already have an I, E after C. So
okay, good. So Snyder, can you read this from here?
verbs ending in CR. Verbs ending in CER change C to C sedil before A, maintain the soft C sound in the U, U, E, and E form.
With je, tu, il, and il form, not in the nu and not in the vous. Tuko pamoja? And it happens before which letter? Letter A. Tuko pamoja? Before letter A. Now, let me take you back to my document. You see, the first person we add A is. So because of that A, you see what I've highlighted? Because of that A, then it takes a D. Because of that A again, it takes a D. Because of that A again, it takes what? It takes a D, okay? Again, in the new on vous, this is letter I, this is not letter we, because we add eons, yes. So normally when letter C or letter A, the sound should be ka. But for us to now make that, to have the smooth S sound, remember I told you, the CD happens mostly when you have a word which has got letter C, especially towards the end, and it is followed by letter O, letter A, letter U. Then the C takes the D. If you are told, you go back to your notes, I'm sure you're going to get that statement. Actually, I was looking for that document on Doc 2, just to remind you. So please take your time. I'm sure you have that document, refer to it, and you'll understand this better. So it's the same thing. When letter C for letter A, then it takes a D. Now, why is it not having a D here? Because this letter I, I believe I am clear. So, again, read this part.
Verbs ending in GER, insert a silent E between G and R to maintain the soft G sound in the Ju, Chu, Il, and Il form.
Thank you. So you see again, that is the question I was asking here, between letter G and letter A. Because when letter G for letter A, the sound becomes Ga. So for it to have a smooth sound, we have to insert what? We have to insert the letter E in the first three-person singular, sawa. The first three-person singular and the last person singular. Any question, but not in the nu and, not in the nu and vous. Any question? Winding up. I've given you the verbs here. I've made your work easier, ladies, that I've given you the verbs, so many verbs here, already conjugated in what? In the new form. So what do? You drop what? The ONS, then you add what? The ending. Endings are ais, ait, eons, yes, ayent. Don't blame Monsieur. don't blame Monsieur for anything. Pass. Mingi, please note. I'm winding up. Note. Are you noting? Note. The verb falloir is to be necessary, and the verb pleuvoir to rain. You cannot say I am raining. Tuko pamoja. That those two verbs, we say it is necessary. You cannot say I am necessary. No. You say it is necessary to do A, B, C, D. Okay? It is raining. It rained. It just rained. It is going to rain. It will rain. Okay? But you cannot say, I hope you are getting my point. You cannot say I am raining. Therefore, you say this. Okay, don't think in other languages. I hope you are getting my point. Thank you. So this verb here, the verb to rain, is only conjugated with what? We call it impersonal verb with what? Il. So il. So il fallait. Il fallait. It was necessary. It was necessary. Il pleuvait. It was raining. Please note those verbs. I hope you've noted. Next. Note, the only verb that does not follow the rule of the formation. Remember, we form the imperfect tense from which person? The new first person plural. Okay, you conjugate the verb in the present tense in the new form, and then you drop what? The e, the on, s. Then you add the endings ais, ait, ions, es, ient. Now, the only verb I want you to take note of, ladies, is this, the verb to be, as I wind up. The verb to be. What happens? The verb to be in the present, we say nous sommes, right? Remember, nous sommes. Oh, j'ai changé la langue. Nous sommes. So you cannot conjugate it. This is wrong. You cannot use this. You know, Monsieur is explaining these things, and you know, Monsieur is a very, you know, I like testing the smartness of a student, the smartness of a student. So where there is a, what should help you, what mali unafaa kufikiria, ndio huwa napenda. So you know that, nimesema. So you know what to do. So the only verb that does not follow the rule of formation is what? The verb to be. So you know, we normally say nous sommes. So this one, I want to help you. This one, you conjugate it with vous. So we say vous êtes. Tuko pamoja? Vous êtes. Then after that, you drop what? That. Okay? To remain with what? Et. So we say, of course, when the verb begins with a vowel, or simple, if the verb begins with a vowel or a silent H, je becomes J apostrophe. That is something now you are used to. So we say j'étais. Quand j'étais avec Melissa. Quand j'étais avec Melissa à Paris. When I was with Melissa in Paris. Quand j'étais avec Monsieur Dixon. Quand nous étions avec Monsieur Dixon. Quand j'étais avec Marc. La vie était facile. When I was with Mark, life was very interesting. I'm giving you an example. I hope you are getting me. Quand j'étais. Can you now complete that? Anyone? Can you now conjugate that to the end? Hello? Dear students, are you there? Okay. Let's see. Christian Bisera, Evelyn Wanjiku, Snyder, Mburu Wanjiku, Melissa, Juguna Wangare, and Choco Seremon. Have you understood me? time is up. Christine Becerra. Christine Becerra, what have you not understood? I've said the only verb that does not respect the rule. Remember, we conjugate, we form the, please again, sorry. Don't confuse imperative tense with imperfect tense, the two. Wow, thank God it came in my mind. Don't confuse imperative tense and l'imparfait. L'imperative, l'imparfait. L'imperative is imperative, l'imparfait is the imperfect tense. Remember, at this point, any paper you will do, purely everything is in French. Instruction is in French. Kila kitu in French. I hope you heard me. Sai meiva French. French sai boju. So, Bizarra, I hope you're getting me. So, the only verb that, you see, you don't conjugate the verb to be, it is done with et. So, the stem is this. The stem is this. That stem is the same in all persons. So, once you know the stem, it is the same in all persons. So, what is changing is the ending based on what I told. So, we say j'étais, tu étais, Aïs, il était. Nous étions. Can someone conjugate that verb as we wind up, please? All of you conjugate that verb and send me on a private chat. You know how to send a private chat? Kama ujui, beba mkono juu. Mburu, click my name. Wanjiku Mburu, you click my name. Click my name and click that one. Click the one either can do. You know I'm using two gadgets. Any can do. So click either of the names. Then you will see option private chat. I hope you got me. So you chat me privately. Conjugate the verb to be. I've started in the first person. Nimeshawapatia. So I want the one for tu. I want the one for il, el. The way we do conjugation. You have 1 minute. Remember, you chat me privately. So I believe I'm clear. You simply click my name, then it will give you option, start a private chat. There's a reason why I'm doing that. See, all of you, I'm expecting your answers on the verb to be. I said I'd started the verb. See, I started it. Your work is to complete it. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being patient with me. We had a meeting. I had to excuse myself because I value you guys. I was to do my submission on the meeting. Then once I was done, I decided to come back to class. So Monsieur keeps his word. As I said, the class will have to continue. So we had a good time, 1.5 hours. And of course, also the time you were free, you were doing, I gave you some work to do, and I believe you've submitted your work. Good. I've seen Snyder, I've seen yours. Wengine, you are not leaving this class before you answer that question.
Is it correct?
I will comment. Be patient. Unataka kwenda wapi?
Jakula lunch.
Okay, even us. Mburu, the question is, you conjugate the verb with all persons, not forming a sentence. Wanjiku Mburu, tuko pamoja? Yes, Mercy. Melissa, I've seen you. Yes, I've seen. If I've not called your name, I'm waiting. I'm marking the register now. Let me show you how I do these things. So this is just in. Have you submitted your assignment first? Let me see. Let me see how many have submitted. Do things openly. 9 submissions are 9. Nani hajapeana assignment yake hapa? Siski?
Excuse Mimi.
Ni nani?
Njuguna.
Yes, Wangare.
Tumetudanganyilia ati tusome kwanza alafu tutasubmit later.
Yeah, that is why I'm asking. Relax. That is why I'm asking. I didn't say that you are locked. So, but you see it as locked. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to open it. So how many minutes do you need? 3 minutes?
No, that's kidogo.
Utaniambia once you are done. Okay, what you are going to do? See, you are doing it separate. Then you upload. Eh?
Yes.
So once you are done, once you are done, you will let me know. You will let me know once you are done, and then I will open for you so that you submit it. Okay. Why I'm seeing so many submissions and how many people are in class? How? Wengine walifanya assignment wakatoroka. Oh, I will mark them absent. Konini. So I want to mark the register. Remember, if you don't attend my class exam, don't expect. See that one, you know. Yeah, tell others. Monsieur is just still Monsieur. So if you know you've not been attending classes, you justify why. Christine Bisera, are you in class? Mugambi Cynthia, absent. Doreen, absent. Ezekiel, absent. Victor Hagai came and left late. Marvelous. Carol Mawia, are you in class?
Yes.
You came late. Buta, absent. Kinyua Mercy, absent. Wayua Mercy, absent. Catherine Mongeli. Catherine Mongeli, absent. Rachel, absent. Choco Ceremon. This is your first class, right? Choco Ceremon, can you unmute yourself? Jongoro Wambui, absent. Juguna came late. Evelyn Wanjiku, Mburu came late.
Ay, cha.
Keskilia, Brigitte, absent. Christine Bisser, are you in class? Let's see. Guru, Snyder, Christine Becerra. Agai. And
Yes.
Agai has been in class. Agai, can you unmute yourself? Victor. Victor. Victor, can you speak? Victor Hagai. Unajua some you I think you log in na sijui munaenda wacha simu kwa nyumba mkienda market, I don't know. Or someone has logged in on your behalf. Victor. Victor. No, I can only confirm it is Victor when you speak. I'm not going to accept this chat. Victor Agai, can you speak? If not, I will mark you absent. Seremon. Seremon still in class. Choco Seremon, can you speak? Choco Seremon. Choco Seremon, can you hear me? Okay, so if you've not participated in this class, count yourself absent kindly. So I think I'm done. Wait, I need to verify some people here. Sent. Aki, si umejamanisha mtoto? So thank you so much for today. This class has been recorded. I will download it on from my Zoom account, then upload it on YouTube. Then I will share with you the link as time goes by. So thank you so much, and take care of yourselves, people. Let's do this some other time next week, God willing. So probably next week I will give you your card. I don't think there's anyone in this group who is doing a special exam. I want to assume so. So our class is on next week. So what will happen? I will give you a card next week, 1 hour. Then, or we can decide we choose another day you are free. We can have a class because there are some other things we need to talk about. There is a topic under the adverbs. We need to talk about that in details. And I think by that we'll just be done for the semester. Mine is to wish you the very best. Please take care of yourselves. If not, God bless. I was your host, Monsieur Dixon, and I believe we had a wonderful time in class. And it is my prayer that you didn't leave this class the way you came. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. God bless.
Likewise.
Thank you.